What it do, Niner fam? What going into week 4? But as you can see, Pearsall balling. McCaffrey, remember the so-called injury he was at the beginning of the season that they said, even though I'm thinking that was false information put out there, because as you see, McCaffrey been balling, and we've had to lean on him a little bit more. But my thing is, Pearsall. Now remember, it was a Purdy to Pearsall, and Purdy been out for a minute, so he been getting his little money with Mac Jones. Now Purdy coming back, so he should get a lot more throws to him. And the thing is, what I really want to see is, like I said, if you get Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, Juwan Jennings, but he's your focal point, because Shanahan always have one guy. Remember, if you remember, at one point in time, it was Debo. That was Garoppolo's guy. That's why Debo got the big contract. Why? Because Garoppolo will get you injured. He'll have you come across that middle and get you injured. That's just what it is. But Debo was tough, so he can go across the middle and take them hits. See, Debo was tough. So, but that was Garoppolo's guy. And Kittle, Kittle was kind of like in the mix, in the middle. Because first Kittle was Purdy's guy. Because, Kittle was tough, he can catch, and he a safety blanket. So, it kind of worked out. But once the offensive line started kind of like, falling apart, Kittle had to stay in and block. So the next focal point, the next person that Shanahan said, okay, you're going to get the ball all the time, was Brandon Ayuk. And that was the Super Bowl year. It was like, okay, Ayuk. Remember, we started over in Pittsburgh, and that was the breakthrough year for Ayuk. Because it was like he could do no wrong. And once the chemistry happened between them two, and then it was games where if they locked down Ayuk, okay, well, Debo eating, okay, Kittle eating, okay, McCaffrey eating. So it was always, that's why you have to have all the receivers, and they all got to be on one accord. If all the receivers on one accord, remember, you might have Ayuk, your main guy, and you might want to throw it to Jennings, or you might want to throw it to Kittle, but you can have that same formation, run with McCaffrey, and they're all blocking. That's what was getting everybody, because they like, damn, these same receivers, and you got to remember, you bringing your safeties and corners down, and you got them going head up with Trent Williams. Trent Williams and Juszczyk and Kittle and everybody blocking, and like I said, the offense was running nice. Now, right now, there's a lot of new people, so they gotta like catch up with the scheme. He already knows. Pearsall already knows the playbook. He already knows the playbook. He knows what he got to do. People don't know he's a first-round pick for a reason. Your man's can catch. He's got hands, and so that never changed as far as just going to him. Boom, just go to him. Just go to him. Just go to him. That never changed. And as you see, when they need big plays, he can get you. He can get you there. But like I said, now Purdy coming back. Purdy got to get the little rhythm back. Hopefully they've been, during the practice thing, they can get the rhythm back. That's what I'm thinking. They can get the little rhythm back, just like they was in the OTAs, and even when they did a little bit of preseason, he can get, because he can get separation. He knows how to get separation. But I want to make sure that if you got him, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, and Kittle, right now, it's like what our defense is doing. You got Deommodore Lenoir locking down one of their receivers. Complete. That's why you don't hear from. That's why if you notice in their games, even when we played the Seahawks, it was Jackson Smith and Jigba. He kept throwing him. Jackson Smith and Jigba is not the only wide receiver. No, you had Cooper Kupp, but you didn't hear shit from Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? He just was completely shut down. You didn't hear nothing from him. They're not going to Diamond Lenore. Now, they'll let Jackson Smith and Jigba, they say, okay, Ronaldo Green's on him or Upton South's on him. We'll go over there. But the problem is, yeah, those two guys are young. Green and Upton Stout are young, but they ain't dumb. They balling over there. That's why the other teams are not scoring a lot. Okay. Same thing with the Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. You got to remember, who else they got? Who else the Cardinals got? They have other wide receivers, but they shut down by Diamond Lenore. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't hear Diamond Lenore's name. They won't throw to his side. Notice that. They won't throw to his side. But they'll go after Ronaldo Green or Upton Stout, which is an absolute mistake. But you got to pick your poison. What's named Diamond Lenore been playing a little bit longer, and he's got a lot of confidence, so they don't even go to his side. They just go on to Ronaldo Green and Upton Stout. And remember in that Arizona game, they actually had a first down going against Upton Stout. He the one made sure that ball came out before it hit the ground. So when the Niners have all of our wide receivers, which is Pearsall, Kittle, Juwan Jennings, and Brandon Ayuk, if you got a shutdown corner and you say, all right, I'm going to shut down Pearsall. Okay, well, you're going to shut down Brandon Ayuk too? You're going to shut down Kittle too? You're going to shut down Jennings too? You're going to shut down McCaffrey too? You're going to shut down Juszczyk? It's too much. It's too much. See, we can do that to other teams. That's where Bosa came in, because the pass rush was nice. Because the quarterback has to rush. That's why you've seen Arizona, the little quarterback they got in Arizona, do all that running. He's not running because he wants to run. Yeah, he runs because he's fast, but now he knows if they actually catch him and hit him, it is a wrap. He's not. I mean, come on now. So he wants to throw the ball. He wants to, but if ain't nobody open, you can't throw the ball. It is what it is. Look how many times turnovers they had. They had turnovers and safeties and everything else, and they still lost the game. If you got all these receivers and you can throw the ball all over the field, why didn't you do it? We know we waiting on our receivers, or we got people that's injured, or we got new people, new receivers. So we know what our thing is. What is theirs? So, like I said, if you look at this list, Pearsall is number 3 on the list in the NFL. Look who he's up under. Puka Nacua. Now, I mean, not my bad. My bad. Puka Nacua. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all know Puka Nacua is like, they got him upper echelon. He broke one of Jerry Rice's records, Puka Nacua. And they got him upper echelon. Even though they got Devontae Adams over there, and they've been going to Adams a lot more. Why? Because whoever it is that's shutting down Puka Nacua, so he got to go to Adams, and Adams can play. So, like I said, when we play them, you're gonna see once you contain both of them, we're gonna see what they got. Okay, and then number 2 is Jackson Smith and Jigba. You got to remember, when you shut down Cooper Kupp, that's all Sam Darnold's doing is boom, 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 one guy. Now, Pearsall, the thing with Pearsall is, who else are we throwing to? Who else are we throwing to? We have others. When Mac Jones lined up and we went for the 2-minute drill, everybody was getting the ball. Bourne got the ball. Christian McCaffrey got the ball. Tunges got the ball. But now when his main guy is Pearsall. And so when you look at those first 3, we know why we got to throw it to him, because we got a lot of people injured. What's going to happen when everybody comes back? So that's my take on this. But like I said, this was the list. Now, if you look all the way down there, number 14, McCaffrey's still on that list too. See, I didn't even have to mention that. If you look all the way down there, number 14, McCaffrey is on that list, balling. And look who's above him is Devontae Adams. And I mean, you can go down the line, you know what I'm saying? But now McCaffrey is on that list. So let me know what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. Peace. I'm out of here.